Yo, you don't know, this is Trezay in your area, and you're watching The Boiler Room, a H2P media production. Bless up. We are not sitting down looking at life as everybody encompassed in it is the same. We are not. I just met that earlier. We are not.
So one of the things about science.
My mother can't nuts.
One of the things about science. One of the things about science is that science is about probability, right?
Science is about progress, not probability. Progress.
Probability, and that as he just said. They can't tell you that when you smoke that you are going to get cancer.
Probably might catch
They can
cancer.
tell you there's a probability based on your body chemistry,
right,
based on how much you smoke,
right,
based on your other environmental factors, right? So anytime you bring a probability, then the idea of the binary between knowledge and belief goes out the window.
No, it doesn't.
So it might happen,
It might or it might not
happen.
You say so.
So they leave it out the window. They say, well, yo, it can work, but it is a probability of it happening. So you just gotta be on that point. Right. You just gotta
let me ask you a question.
I think science.
Let me ask you a question. Was religion ever considered science?
Was it ever considered science?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then you can't argue what you're arguing then.
Why not?
Because religion is actually what was considered science when it was created. Trying to know the unknown then.
Well, I don't know if they call it science.
But you need to do some research on that.
I don't know if they call it science.
It was science.
But what I know is, what I believe is that throughout mankind's history, men have tried many, many different methods of understanding the world around them.
That's called science.
And explaining.
That's called science.
Explaining it.
And we trying to get to the gist of what science is. Let's get to the gist of what science is.
Therefore, under your definition, religion was science.
Yes, religion was a science. And then it was pushed aside because they recognized, oh, we figured out something else. And all know we still trying to figure.
I mean, you say science is a
science is progression.
Thank you.
Progression.
Understanding all the time.
Which is why
not a religion.
Science believe one thing and then later on find out, we were wrong. Now we believe something else.
So now we can push that to the side.
Now we can push that and you move on.
If you find out something else, you will push that to the side.
However, human beings, we have the urge for finality and the urge to feel that we have it in our hands and we know.
Why?
And even scientists who are the head ones who should know that we never have it.
Right.
Fall into the trap of feeling like we know.
All right, let me explain something. So we go back to Egypt when they created architecture, when they created science, and plumbing, different little things that they never knew of. But they sit down and they think about it. And they come up with ways to make it better. That's science. Science is digging a track through the hill that can come down on this plateau right here, where water will come when the rain fall, and this is where we'll plant my plants because I created a drain for water, because I know my plants need water. That's science, buddy. They had a time before that when the idiot didn't know how to build the drain, but he teach it to another idiot. And the idiot could go and plant his food now, and cause he know when the water fall and whatnot, it start running down, he can go down the little channels and come down, and he can get water. That's science. What we think science is today, right, is experiments, and that's it. And you believe that the experiment is what it is. And when a scientist come on a TV station and say, oh, the AIDS virus was made by a man or was whatever, we just tend to believe it because the scientists say it, right?
But science,
that's exactly the point I'm making.
That's the difference between an atheist and a believer. That is the biggest difference between an atheist and a believer, because I'm not just going to believe it.
No, there's some atheists who just believe it though.
There's some Christians that are the same. So what? All atheists are not the same, buddy.
So you can't make that generalization.
No, you make, listen.
Between an atheist and a believer.
An atheist is a human being.
Just like
a Christian is a human being. But the way that we look at things are different.
But you might say you might look at them different, but in some ways they are the same.
Of course, but it's humans.
They make
All
the
these
same
humans.
issues. That's what I'm saying. You, I'm seeing some of the same
No,
flaws.
we start saying that.
I'm seeing some of the same flaws of
We
Christianity.
start saying,
atheism.
no, you
Yes,
don't.
yes,
Oh, you're gonna see the same flaws in the football and the basketball.
That's right.
Come on, man.
That's
You
right.
trying to
But
make
that's
straw
what
man
they have
arguments for
no.
Christianity, and it's not gonna
No,
work.
I'm not arguing for Christianity.
It's not gonna work with
I'm
me.
not arguing for Christianity at all.
No. But you still trying to make sure that you create some kind of connection tape
What kind of
to whatever it is you trying to prove. That science is a religion, and it is
no,
not.
boss.
passed that part.
No. That's what this whole
Why you
conversation.
misquoting me, boss?
This whole conversation just now spark off because you call science a religion.
No, I did not.
Yeah, call it a religion. Let's
Well,
We got three other men in here who
All right, well,
testify to that.
hey, my ears back. He didn't call science a religion then, right? Why you sit there?
I'll repeat it for you.
Let's hear.
Go ahead.
I call religion a
No,
science.
let me repeat.
I'll repeat it for you.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people today who are approaching science in a way that I call them the worshippers at the Church of Scientism. That's the term that I made up,
Right.
that I used. So you missed my point. My point is human beings have similar failings, whether they're atheists or Christians or Buddhists.
But we all
or
know
what.
that.
There are tendencies that have. One of them is a certain arrogance in terms of their own belief system.
Listen, science, right, has the most failures. Science.
It's based on failure.
Thank you. It's
Because
based-
you gotta try.
you
If
always
you ain't
gotta
trying,
keep.
You can fail.
That is its superiority over a lot of the other dogmas.
Whereas they don't have it. No, boy,
Science
they
is
just
not a
believe in them.
dogma.
It can be. Anything can become a dogma, boss.
Oh my God.
Anything can become a
And
dogma.
what is a dogma?
Something, a set of rules and beliefs that you hold as absolute and unchanging.
Truth.
Science does not hold anything absolute, my brother. It's
And
not.
no, science is not a person. People hold dogmas, not science.
All right, people hold dogmas, but
So I'm
science.
saying there are people who claim to be scientifically minded
they
who hold dogmas.
Yeah,
you gotta agree with that.
I agree with that. They got stupid Christians too.
And they got stupid scientists.
That's right.
All right.
And I got stupid atheists.
Good.
The thing about it is, a stupid scientist got access to some serious
But listen, what?
technology.
But what is an
you
atheist?
You can also find out
The
about these
stupid
things.
atheists you know talk about. Why stupid?
Because that's how it balances out.
He's stupid.
Everybody can be right. And the
he
same
could be
thing.
stupid because he is not intelligent. But he can still be an atheist because he just don't go believe in a God.
Again, that's what just show you.
You get where
got
it came from?
stupid people. You got people that got saints, as we always say, to put it down, just label it.
All right,
You tell him,
why
he
do
ain't
we-
got the saints, but in another case, you might say
might not
something,
think.
All right,
and he
why
make
do
a
we-
lot of saints.
why do we
They're
put-
the same, or you just say I have the saints?
Good. Why do we put atheism and science together?
Because all of them, I guess that they fall
But
under that
most
bracket.
atheists that I have come across are atheists because of their scientific knowledge.
As far as I'm concerned, I know a very lot of atheists. They don't talk about science.
Okay.
They just talk about religion.
But you don't know all.
I don't know all.
Right.
I speak for the
therefore, he
atheists
might
that I know.
some- That's what I'm saying. So he might know people that you might not
But you
know.
could go online and check for yourself. Go up on all the atheist blogs and say they're talking about what we say they're
And
talking
then
about.
again, no, you just say that these same people is got a lot of.
But we
own
talking in
things.
general. Look, anytime I come in here and I say something to you, right? Somebody else over there can sit behind you. But they got
Yeah.
somebody, they got somebody that don't be.
And it's up to me to believe
Wait,
that if
the-
your
wait,
truth
wait,
is the
wait,
right one
wait,
or his is the
wait.
right one,
They got
then
somebody-
it ain't no, it's up to me
They
to
got-
believe.
So we can always be buttering. We
Right,
can always
that's
be
it.
buttering up to all each
That's
other.
why we born on the left hand and the right hand, the left
Butter,
hand and the right
butter,
eye.
butter. You can come in here, you can see the most, probably, the biggest truth in the whole entire world. Somebody
And
over
somebody
there.
that said no.
That ain't true.
Right, but that's of human nature.
But how
Humans
does he counteract the fact?
Him?
Yeah.
Well, if you already know, I don't even need
So
his
then-
approval to counteract the fact. It's my belief.
So then there are no facts.
Yep, there's a got facts because it's obvious you believe in it.
But
But you got your own facts.
They got
But
facts,
he
true
don't
facts,
want to
all
hear
kinds
your
of
facts.
All kinds of facts.
Yeah.
But what is a fact?
Answer it.
It's a truth. It's something that is.
No, a fact is not necessarily a truth.
It
Because
has
your
to
truth
be a
ain't my truth.
But just because you don't think it's the truth don't mean it's not a fact.
Based on the dictionary definition of fact, there are true facts and there are false facts. If I say, Trezay,
It depends on if you believe the fact.
No,
Belief comes in all the time. You just ain't getting it, boss.
No, you
the
said that.
alternative fact has to do with a human believing it. The other fact over there has to do with a set of human over here believing it, and two of them going at one another saying that they ain't right. It ain't got something to do with human belief.
Humans, there's the thing about humans. There's what you see with humans. Humans, they're always gonna go a year and they're always gonna have a near. Now, if I in between and I don't know, and they there and they trying to figure out,
Right, you in
and the man say I'm in the middle, and the man say, well, nah, and another man saying yeah, and it up to me, and then they go and they find some truth to what he's saying there about, and they find some truth to what you saying yeah about. You understand? Then it up to me to balance. So I say, like, oh look, well they find this fact about this, and I find that when he was saying yeah about is right. So now it left me at a point where I can say, well, like, yo, he was right to some extent, you were right to some extent.
Do you take any kind of scientific action in figuring out who was right or wrong? Or you just taking it off your top from what you hear and see?
Like most of the time, I think you're supposed to investigate a lot of things. If it's something that you genuinely believe in, if it's something that you genuinely put your hands to, like, you know, I really want to find out about this. I think you're supposed to spend that time, investing your time into it and looking into it.
Thank you.
To see if what you say, not necessarily because you say it and you say it was right, but what you said, if it was right for me.
Then you will become a scientist.
You understand? Because I can just sit on there and believe that, oh, well, yeah, but you say it's God spoken. Because look at this here, you got preachers that stand up on a pulpit and tell people, bring, what, wait, how much is it of your tithe? How much your tithe is it going to be?
10%.
10%.
15.
Tell me something. They had 10% back in them days when they said God was walking the earth.
Couldn't
They
tell
knew
you.
something about 10%.
Couldn't tell you.
I think people who should bring fruits and vegetables and offer them up and lambs and all them kind of things.
guessing.
People don't do that anymore. Nowadays, it turned from the lambs and the fruits and all that to money.
You guessing?
Now that right there, I don't know because they didn't live back in them times, so I can only speak about no. But then even if you read in a book about a dude back then that writes it, it's up to you to believe if what he's saying is correct.
Thank you.
You understand? So no, when you look at it,
Read other books to see.
and read other books
All
if they
right,
have
reference.
because they obviously they have counteractive
let me
points, so that's what it gets
explain.
me.
Let me explain something to you then. Moringa, nice plant. All we about here is talk about moringa, how good it is for me, right?
Yeah.
How we know?
I read about it they had it featured in I can't remember the name of the magazine, but when they first moved back here in 2012, that's when it hit its popularity.
Good.
Because I actually was reading it, and it big ups to Twin Man, that the reggae artist. He actually, when I read about this thing in the book, right there in Swan Street, right across from, does you know the alley with the Rastaman, they sell the spikes big up to Spike and Rastaman
Big up
down
Spike,
there.
man.
You understand? And I actually was there reading about it, and he said, man, Twin Man come up Swan Street. I don't know if it's by some strange meaning, and he had them in here, and I was like, yo, I was just reading about this here in the book. And then he was like, yeah, well, you know, so and so and so. And then they kept on reading, and like, some of what he said was in there, but some of what he said wasn't in the book. So that means, you know, this is another person that probably delve into it more than Twin Man,
But how?
that know a little bit more about it.
Is a person going to mix some moringa drink and drink it and see the effects? Can you see the effects of moringa?
You don't see the effects and nothing that you.
Do you know what a
so
placebo
really.
is? You know what a placebo effect is?
Nah, explain
Good.
it, please.
If there's a chemical in moringa, right? How you know they got a chemical in moringa that's help you grow hair or help you feel better or help your skin get cleaner? How you know they got a chemical in there?
I guess that they all do scientific tests.
Thank
on
you.
it.
There's a scientist that sat his ass down and did his research and found out the chemicals within that moringa.
But at the same time, he might have found out certain things then.
I never said that. I
But
can't
here's the
believe what
progression.
he's saying.
No, but here's the progression
get
of
me
it.
wrong, you know.
He might come back later on because remember, you know, when people first start smoking the back in the bone, you get cancer.
Correct.
Then they had it right now up on the box, smoke me, I will kill you.
Correct.
You just smoke and then you're dead. And then people, oh shit, that's because of cigarettes.
Yeah,
so cigarettes get the blame.
No, but you live and don't smoke and still
They're
dead.
dead from cancer.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
So-
you're still dead.
But yeah, but you live today.
To die.
Right.
Good.
So here's what it is. When I look at it, I say like, all right. So maybe he said, oh, well, look, it got in this nutrient, that nutrient, this here, this next, and the third.
Good.
But then,
And this nutrient good for that.
6 months-
And this nutrient good for that. And
6
this one
months
good for
down
this
the
other
road.
thing over here.
Right.
Because they don't do the biology and they don't understand what the body needs and the chemicals that the body needs.
right. So here's what happened now.
All right.
A couple
That's
months,
it,
people
right.
start to pop these things. Oh, I really need this, I really need, oh, the doctor said I need vitamin this, I need this, I need that. But too much of one thing could
Of
kill you.
anything.
Of anything, as a matter of fact, could kill you. So a lot of people that was doing it started to realize that, look, taking too much of the same moringa plant ain't that good. It's not really that good because it abusing it, as you would say. You understand? Like, a man can say, yo, like, all right, I hear people tell me that they use the bark,
Right.
they use the leaves, they use the pods, They even boil it outside pot
So we
bread and boil
ancestry.
it and drink the water.
So we ancestry that just boil shit and try to make shit happen, whatever it was. Them was scientists, right?
Yeah.
Good. Science is trying to figure shit out. It is
It's
not,
been from the beginning of time.
Good.
But they ain't get it right all the time.
and
though.
it was always science. Today, religion get pushed over into a little corner over there. Why? Because it never moved on from what it understood. And it's still over there as a literal fact. Science has moved on.
Nah, because when you look at the new Bible name, that's new one that they got the new age something. So I think religion at some point kind of like move on from the old ways of thinking. They change up the workings of the Bible and all that. But it's still the same thing.
A lot of times when we talk about religion, we're really abusing the word religion because we're really talking about Christianity.
Well, Christianity.
Because of the
religion
indoctrination.
is based on what you
Because there are
believe.
many other religions.
So there
right?
ain't much people, they're watching this that are going to be on for other religions. So we can deal with the religion that we know.
So what I'm saying is, Europe colonized the entire world.
Right.
They colonized the world not only with their religion, they also colonized the world with their science. Or to use science in the way you're using it, their ways of understanding the world.
Which is the Western
way of understanding the world.
Right.
So as their way of understanding the world, or their science, pushed aside their religion, it also pushed aside everybody else's religion and everybody else's science.
No, religion just had a real bad death. It wasn't pushed aside. There's nowhere else to go. There's nowhere else to go.
You just brought.
You just said religion get pushed over
You
here.
just-
What I mean is, that's what I mean. There's nowhere else to go.
You
There's
just-
in science, in
you-
understanding it. Then there's nothing more to understand about it because it's not
Do you
understandable.
understand all religions?
So it
Have you
stays there.
Have you investigated all religions?
No, how could I do it?
So what I'm saying to you is then... you
No,
can't
I've
make that-
investigated religion. I don't need to read all of them. The word itself is enough.
No, but they all-
Yes, it is.
You know why? You know why? You know why? You know
why?
why? You know how? Because he just brought in a symbol, the yin and yang, from a religion that he has not
But
investigated.
I'm not dealing with the religious word and the practices of it. I'm dealing with a
So what
symbol.
so what I'm saying,
Oh,
what
man.
I'm-
That's part
so what I'm
of it.
saying,
Y'all
all
ain't-
right. So what I'm
that does not
saying,
encompass what I think
so
about
what
it.
I'm saying,
It's just a
What he
symbol.
tell you is it is part of it.
so what I'm
The
saying,
symbol means
so
the
what
same
I'm-
thing in them religion that it means in my atheism.
So what I'm saying is,
I like-
what I'm saying, in that religion, God only knows how many other concepts there are that are useful to even an atheist
Only God knows, B.
that they will never encounter, because as far as they're concerned, all religion is out the window.
Yeah, it's gone. And that's why none of the religion would never encounter
But yin and
anything
yang,
else over either.
yin and yang get through. Yin
get
and yang
me?
get
Yeah.
through because it came in early enough before all religions were pushed
No, man,
out.
they got tons of symbols, even in your religious book that you probably just read, that I just still look at. I understand symbology, boss. I understand numerology, boss. It's a big difference. Understanding numerology don't mean that you understand the Bible because it got numbers in it. Or because it's associated with the Bible, just because the Bible got numbers in it too. I talk
really
about a symbol and you try to
understand
push me on from a religion because of a symbol.
No, boss,
No,
I'm not
he
trying to
said
push you into religion.
is that it was based on a religion.
I'm not trying
He
to
ain't
push you
pushing it
onto
on you. He
religion.
telling you
I'm
it
not
was
a
actually
Taoist.
based on a religion.
You trying to insinuate that I'm a Christian? I mean, like, I'm
No,
not.
you argue from a Christian point of view. I know you for
No,
years, Greg.
I'm not, boss.
I sit down and I reason with you for a long time, man.
Boss.
I know your argument.
Boss, you could not
But you
know
can't
me.
I know.
He's a
I know.
Christian.
He's not a Christian.
You could not know me if you feel he's a Christian.
No, he-
But
could not know
I never
me.
said you were a Christian, nor that I feel he's a Christian. Did I say so?
but then, no, you feeling something.
He just argued
It's
that
totally
side.
opposite of what he really
No,
is.
but he just argue that side.
Which side, Christianity?
Yes.
But he just
All
argue.
the time.
He just
I
argue
know
about
that.
atheism. He argue about science.
So what?
So,
And we arguing.
but that's the whole thing. But you can come here and tell
And
me,
we arguing.
watch this. You can come in here, right, and actually say, yo, as an atheist, but in the back row, you're in the church every Sunday slapping at that symbol. True or
And
false?
Why would I be in church?
But no, that's where you're drawing a reference.
I could
to.
be a liar
So,
then.
you know,
I would be more of a liar than
like-
an atheist then.
Right, that's it.
So,
you be a liar
so
than
when
atheist.
you see me, you don't call me an atheist. You call me a liar.
But you got some beliefs to the atheist.
You mean you
But
call
I'm
me-
not
so you
being
call
an
me-
atheist by being in the church hitting a symbol. So I'm a liar. I'm
So
not
you
an
don't go
atheist.
in no church as an atheist.
Of course, I know bury my uncle. I was in the church.
So when you was reading these Bible quotes and all that there, what you was doing? Saying,
Listening to them.
Uh-huh.
I know it more than he.
You sure?
Positive. I talk with him.
Because I'm sure that even in that book, you have found stuff that's useful.
Oh yeah, I put out saying when it was probably about 2 or 3 days ago when I say that there's some real good morals within the Bible. You understand me? Real good morals.
Within the Bible. So
Yeah.
is that like a contradictory to your atheist beliefs?
Nah, that's how ignorant people is, man. Why should it contradict me being an atheist to think that there's something well said in the book that I don't believe in?
Just like you can take the yin and yang and not take Taoism.
Thank you. So don't try to attach me to the.
So I'm not. I never did.
He never
Never
did.
did.
He never did. He never,
Lord have His
never-
mercy.
Hey, no, he asked you. He asked you if you knew.
Oh, but it's
that
a religion, though. It come from a religion.
Here it is. He asked you
When you
if
watch
you
it on
knew that
VC.
the yin and yang was
And I
attached.
answered and said, nope.
You didn't know.
No.
Right,
It
but he
doesn't
didn't try to
matter.
attack you.
But it doesn't
But
matter.
he just showed you that there's a other part.
Listen.
Which means there's a progression that you just learned that you
Listen.
didn't know before.
I just worship, not worship, we're talking about, I just study Egyptology. Is Egypt religious?
Yeah, you go say Egypt was a religious society.
Good. I rest my case then. That have nothing to do with me worshiping what them believe in,
you
or
don't-
even studying what them
you,
believe
you
in.
never had to make that case because you done make everybody here know that you ain't religious.
Exactly.
You had to
so
make that
just because
case.
I understand a symbol don't mean I gotta be connected to no religion.
no,
But no, he
never
didn't
say
connect
so.
you. That would tell he asked you if you knew that the yin and yang symbol
What did he
was
say
also
after?
connected.
We gonna go back.
to
We
that.
gonna go back and they can watch it.
Trezay. you do not have to connect to Taoism, but you cannot disconnect the symbol from Taoism.
Yes, I can.
How?
Why can't I?
But because it's a part of
Why
that.
can't? That's not true. This is a part of life, regardless of who created it.
No,
When they create-
not the symbol.
Whoa.
The idea, what the symbol represents is true.
true.
And a part of
Symbol
life.
It's also
Truth.
connected.
Not religion.
The symbol, boss.
Represents
You
the
use
truth.
the words yin and yang. That's Chinese language.
Yes, it represents the truth.
That symbol was drawn by somebody
And what
who
does
drew
it
it for a
represent?
reason.
And it's not religious. It is Jesus.
But no,
listen,
it's
listen. It's connected, regardless of whether it's
So
connected.
here's the
but
argument. Here's the problem.
The symbol is not religious.
Here's the problem.
But if it's connected to religion,
Let me
what
explain
makes
it.
it not
Let me
religion?
So you just want it to be connected. You mean
No.
that it cannot
No, he
be
said-
disconnected?
So let me explain the problem.
So
It can't be disconnected.
So let me ask you this here. When you say Jah, what do you think about?
Rasta.
So you connecting.
Jah the
connected.
Rasta, yes.
But
But
you
you know,
see the
you
Lion of Judah, you connected.
No, I could. When I see
Lion
Lion
of
of
Judah.
I connect Rasta. Good.
Right. But that's also in the Bible too.
Good. So when I see the symbol,
But when you see it,
but
though,
when
you
I see
connected to Rasta.
if you
You
the
have
symbol,
to take it out
I
of the
connect with
Bible.
Rasta too.
Look. Several times in this podcast, I call the Lord name in vain. I holler Jesus Christ. I holler Lord have mercy, whatever. Right? Now, when I say that, I am not connected to those religions. I've disconnected those symbols from the religion.
Did I say you are? I said you
No,
are.
I'm making a point. Let me make my point now.
Let me make you point.
Let me make my point.
All right.
I have disconnected those symbols. I am disconnected from those religions. But I can't deny that Jesus Christ is connected to a religion.
Because God some people say, maybe keep you know how to say like when you God bless you. But if you keep asking God to bless you, he can bless you one of these days. But yeah, it's still.
So you put the symbol Jesus Christ in the same category as the yin and yang?
No.
Because
You,
it's not
you, no, you can't.
Jesus Christ
You
connected
can.
to
You
Christianity.
can because there is a reading of the Bible that suggests that it's all symbolic, and even Jesus is not a literal figure but a symbol. So there are some arguments. That
So the
you could
symbol
make.
represents something.
It represents something.
Good. That symbol did not represent religion. That symbol represents dynamic opposites of life.
It is connect. Which one do you mean? Yin and
You
yang?
see me going back at it again? You see how he tries the hardest, you and he, to reconnect it to religion again because of
It's not,
atheists.
but he said, no,
I
it's
just
not
tell you-
religion. It is against what is the name?
No. So here's the problem. The
He
problem
knows
is-
stutter when he
Here's
said
the
it.
problem, right? Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Right?
Yeah.
Words are problematic.
Words got meanings, boy.
Because we're different words.
Words got power,
Words
boy.
are
Problematic, right?
Yeah.
So when you talk about yin and yang, or you talk about Jesus, even the word Jesus or the word yin and yang is a symbol.
Right.
So I hear you say yin and yang, and I have to interpret in my mind what you mean by that. So what I hear you, what I understand you to be saying, and you could tell me if I misunderstand you totally or not, is that the symbol yin and yang represents a concept, a truth.
A concept.
And that truth is true whether it comes from Taoism or Christianity or Buddhism or science,
Thank
right? Good. And that truth can be separated from the symbol, which is only a representative of the truth.
Right.
I understand that ever since, you know.
But that's so. Stop trying to connect it back to that.
I ain't trying to connect
Yeah,
what I'm trying to show you now.
keep saying
So
that
no,
you're connecting
so
it.
no,
Yeah, you
no, no, no,
said it
no,
6 times.
listen.
There's a connection.
The reason why
that keep coming
the reason
up in
why
this
I want you to
conversation.
Yeah, but you connecting my atheism, Tate.
the reason why I want you to please stop saying I'm trying to connect you to a religion is because that was not my point. And I want you to understand I'm not trying to connect you to religion so you can get my substantive point.
Right. What's your point?
My point is this.
That you can disassociate yourself or the symbol from the religion.
No, that's not my point.
Yes,
Let
so.
him see, but tell you again, go that easy with words.
Right, I get what words now. Come, let me hear.
My point is there is a movement afoot. It may not be you. It may not be you as an atheist, but as you said earlier, there are all kinds of atheists
in the world.
And I have come across a lot of atheists online. I don't know on a
I
personal
understand you with that. That's use science as though it's the.
It is the
Yeah.
be-all and Western science or the Western process.
And then when they talk about religion, they're sticking science in there to try to counteract it.
when they talk about
Religion. When people talk about religion or you argue about religion, they use science to counteract the religion.
that is their counteraction. That is
Right.
their worldview. It's a particular worldview.
Why?
That is very.
And the
that's where
reason,
they come
listen,
from.
the reason they do it is because religion is stuck. It's stuck in one spot. And the reason why they use science to make people recognize that it is about movement. But I understand where you came from. Some of these same people are stupid to the point where they don't even recognize they're being fanatic in science. Because you got atheists, you got fanatic
they're
atheists,
humans.
you know.
They're humans.
Yeah, but you got fanatic atheists that out there like every single minute, panic, out there trying to make people miserable, trying to walk boat and, you know what I mean? Just like Christians every friggin' well minute in my neighborhood trying to be panic, trying to make me believe all damn well time. I understand that clearly. But what I just get upset about sometimes, right, is that anytime we got this discussion, anytime I got a discussion as an atheist, people that are not, just try their best to put whatever I say and do, or attach whatever I say and do to religion.
When you say attach
I
to
just
religion,
tell
what do
you
you mean?
straight up, right, that religion was a science. It is not a science anymore. I am not associating with religion in any way at all because it's not a science. I could associate with the moral in the book. You understand me? But I can't associate with that on a whole. I could pick and choose things in it just like Christians pick and choose stuff. But you see, science, I have to believe it. Because I'm not out there. That's why I asked you about whether or not you know what in the
You
Moringa.
use that word purposely? Believe?
Yes, belief. I believe science. You understand me? It doesn't mean that it's belief in a religious sense. Because when you believe in religion...
I think that's very
no,
mature
it ain't.
of you. I think that's not mature of you.
I answered too fast. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
That boy going 100 miles per hour. Yeah.
No, but when you believe, right, that science is the opposite of religion, or that I can't do... Well, first things first, let me go back. Religion, I understand already as a science. You understand me? I push it aside because it don't move. It is not scientifical anymore. Because when they was trying to understand the world, they come up with this and they stuck with it. They didn't even try to understand nothing else
So
afterwards.
you mean like, oh, God created man and all that other
They're
stuff?
stuck with it, and it's still here. We call 2,000 years, right? But it's a whole lot more. Because we could go and do the history and understand where it even come from, right? The story. And it goes back even 6,000, 8,000, 10,000 years, and it keeps going back. Understand me? You can find the same story in Mesopotamia, Sumeria, Mesopotamia, all of them. You go back to Lemuria, there's that story in there, right? It means that understanding of life was based on nature. Nature. What they did is they tried to explain it to the normal person in layman terms, so that they don't understand it. Back in them days, everybody look up in the sky, could have TV. The sky was HD. You understand me? You could see it clear as day. So you see all the movement in the sky. So when you try to explain this book and how it works, you understand me, with the gods, which is the stars in the sky, you create stories that people that live on the earth with you can understand. By comparing something. If you talk about saying that them ain't know nothing about, them ain't gonna understand it. So the stories had to be something human. Right? That's what the Bible is. It stays like
a lot of
that.
things got comparison on a comparison. Everything is get compared.
Everything has to be
Everything is
compared for you to understand.
So that way they can say, like, oh, on this side of the fence,
Right.
look, this is what happened.
So
on that side of the fence.
that is not being compared at all. That is understood as fact by religious people. You get where I came from yet? All right.
Some.
Some. They got educated religious people out there that just practicing religion because of the indoctrination that they got. They can't get away from it because it's part of who they is. The family, the mother, the father might be a pastor. I come up in the church. You know what I mean? How you can just walk in church?
But you found the other way.
Yeah, I
You
find another
understand?
way.
But as you grew up, you found the other way. You know, you didn't start out as an atheist. You know what I mean? You was there before.
Because Trezay,
No, I actually
because
born as
Trezay
an
is a
atheist.
scientist, right?
Yeah.
And science is about progress and moving forward. And who knows where you can be next year,
Call
right?
me a scientist?
You know,
You just called me a scientist.
Yes, I
you see
am.
how he making it a religion now for me?
Yo!
See
We
what-
can
see
go
what
on
he-
with this
We can go on
all
forever. We can
night
go on
long.
forever.
See how he
This is a
making it
conversation that can go on nights on
listen.
top of nights.
I'm a rapper. You understand me? I'm an artist.
So you're a
Right?
scientist with
I'm
words.
a poet. I'm not a scientist. I do not put chemicals together and get reactions, boss. I believe in science. Why? Because I believe that these people take the time to try to understand things, not religion.
And with
On
that,
that note,
when I hear it from Trezay boy, let me tell you, people, it's not, we don't base this on what people want or what we want.
I don't care about people
You know
really
what I mean?
like that.
We base this on what the people out there go. I think a lot of people they need to hear different avenues and different mindsets of Bajans. And you ain't necessarily got to be all Bajans because you don't know the problem. You got people in St. Lucia that think like he all down through the Caribbean, all around the world. But people, like I tell me, when you touch the boiler room, this is where it's get. You understand? And
It's
this
get
is the
hot.
science. This is just the boiler room. And Trezay,
we rapping. That's what
we
do.
rapping now.
We rapping.
And you want to add any further words to the people as far as, because you know at the end, we just get a say. What
At
you
the
want
end.
people here to understand
All right.
about Trezay?
Everybody out there can be saying, you know, he can start talking about rap and plugging shit and all that. I ain't plugging a damn thing. Listen, I can ask a question. Why do you think, right, in hieroglyphics, there's a lamb on the symbol, and there's a bull in Taurus, and a virgin in September in Virgo, and a scale in Capricorn? Why? You know?
I don't know.
You know?
They're symbols.
They're symbols of what? Stars?
No, they're symbols of concepts.
They're symbols of life. The symbols of life. You know why? Because when there's a bull in Taurus, that's when they plow the land. When there's a lamb in Libra, right? That's when animals give birth to the offspring. When there's a virgin in September, the land is virgin again for next year. That's the end of the harvest. When there's a scale in Capricorn, they're selling with a reap. You get me?
So,
Yet?
what the line is?
So what you trying to say, right? Let me just say, what you trying to say?
That's a good question.
Dad, the line, all of them ain't based.
good
All of
question.
them are not based on the natural things that go on in the world. All of them are based basically on what happens in the sky. But according to where it is, there's a story. So the line is a different story. And I could tell you that story, but we ain't got time. But anyhow, what you trying to say is, right, is that before we judge people and try to understand or not try to understand, try to bring them down. You understand me? Understand the perspective. Try to understand the perspective. Try to see what they see. You understand where I come
It's like
from?
how a movie make a movie is seeing it through his eyes.
Try to be able to put yourself in that person's shoes. Try to be able to see that person's perspective before you actually open your mouth and condemn that person. Understand me? Because I had to do it to understand the religious. You get where I come from?
Got that.
Thank you.
And on that note, people,
Out and bad.
Bless up.
bad. Trezay, it was a trick. Thanks again, my brother. Respect.
Bless
Yo,
up.
people, again, next
You
week,
argue all the time. You
Jano,
argue for it.
they can go along, I have to be going for here. But yo, next week, same time, same place. Out and bad, done talk.
Oh.